At the heart of Istanbul stands a structure that defies time. Built in 1892 during the Ottoman Empire, Pera Palace is not merely a hotel, but a journey through history. It was designed to offer luxurious and magnificent accommodation to passengers of the legendary Orient Express, which stretched from Europe to Istanbul. Yet over time, it transcended its role as just a hotel, becoming a gathering place for artists, writers, leaders, and royalty. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk's room 101 is preserved today as a museum. It is believed that Agatha Christie's lost notebooks are hidden here. Ernest Hemingway, Greta Garbo, Queen Elizabeth II, Jacqueline Kennedy, King Edward VIII, and countless others left their mark within these walls. Each room whispers memories, lifting the mysterious veil of history. It still stands tall today. Having undergone meticulous restorations, Pera Palace carries the elegance of the past into the future. It is not just a place to stay, it is a time capsule for those who wish to breathe in the soul of Istanbul. Born on September 15, 1890, Agatha Christie is the undisputed queen of detective fiction. The genius behind unforgettable characters like Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple, she penned more than 80 works in her lifetime. Yet, her own life was as enigmatic as her novels. She spent her childhood in solitude, finding refuge in books and her imagination. In 1914, she married pilot Colonel Archibald Christie and moved to France, where she became convinced she could write detective stories even better than the ones she had once admired. When The Mysterious Affair at Styles was published in 1920, it proved to the world that a new star had risen in detective fiction. But her greatest mystery lay hidden in her own life. In 1926, she disappeared for 11 days, and upon her return, she never explained what had happened. Many believe this disappearance was connected to the notebooks she allegedly concealed in Pera Palace. What was the truth? Perhaps this secret still lingers within the walls of Istanbul's most magnificent hotel. Pera Palace, one of the most significant symbols of Istanbul's modernization, is not merely a hotel, it is a stage frozen in time. Distinguished guests from Europe and America have blended into history with their echoing footsteps through the grand corridors of this magnificent structure. But what truly sets it apart is that its walls have concealed not only its visitors but also their deepest secrets. Agatha Christie, one of the world's most widely read authors, chose to stay in room 411 during each of her visits to Istanbul. Perhaps this very room held her greatest secret. It was here that Murder on the Orient Express, one of the most unforgettable masterpieces of crime fiction, was born, captivating readers worldwide. But was this merely fiction, or was it a shadow play rooted in reality? Come, let us search for the answers together. In 1927, Charles Lindbergh made history by crossing the Atlantic Ocean in his plane. Yet, his newfound fame was overshadowed when his 20-month-old son was kidnapped and murdered, despite the ransom being paid. 5 years later, in 1932, the Armstrong case in Christie's novel bore a striking resemblance to this real-life tragedy. Perhaps Agatha believed that even crimes committed in reality could be solved, just like those in her novels. And then, a bloody murder was committed in the luxurious carriages of the Orient Express. The wealthy businessman Samuel Ratchet was found dead in his locked compartment, stabbed dozens of times. The passengers were gripped with terror. The train stood stranded in the midst of a snowstorm. There was no escape. The killer was still on board, and only one man could solve the mystery: Hercule Poirot. As always, Christie masterfully led her readers into an intricate labyrinth. Clues, deliberate red herrings, and truths concealed behind masks. Each character aboard the train compartment carried a distinct past and motive. Everyone was a suspect, and the Orient Express had transformed from a mere mode of transport into a stage. Its luxurious interiors, exotic stops, and the overwhelming sense of despair brought on by the storm all heightened the novel's breathtaking tension. Yet, as with every story Agatha Christie penned, the ultimate question lingered. Did we truly know everything? Or was the real secret hidden between the lines? She was not just a master of crafting murder mysteries, but also of weaving enigmas into her own life. Agatha Christie seemed to have staged one of the most perplexing episodes of her secret-filled existence herself. In 1926, Christie suddenly vanished. For a full 11 days. No word came from her. The biggest newspapers of the time splashed her disappearance across their front pages. Detectives, police officers, and volunteers, everyone was searching for her. And then, a clue emerged. The author's car was found abandoned by a lakeside. The vehicle had crashed into trees, with suitcases scattered around. Yet there was no trace of Christie herself. Was this a simple accident, or a carefully staged scene to obscure the truth? After 11 days, Agatha Christie suddenly reappeared. But she never answered any questions about what had happened. She never explained where she had gone, why she had disappeared, or what had transpired during those missing days. Rumors swirled in the air. Some claimed she had suffered temporary amnesia. Others believed she had been plotting to kill her husband's mistress. And according to the wildest theory of all, those 11 days were part of an elaborate murder plot. Years later, a film company seeking to shed light on this mysterious disappearance uncovered a curious clue, a key Agatha Christie had hidden in Pera Palace. Legend has it that this key unlocks the door to a secret that explains the 11 missing days. Perhaps the answers still lie hidden within the walls of Pera Palace. To this day, Room 411 at Pera Palace still bears Agatha Christie's name, and it offers its guests not just luxury, but also the whispers of the enigma the writer left behind. Who knows? Maybe the truth is still concealed within that very room.